Hey, what's up, everybody? Alex Zalbin here, and this is another edition of All the Comics That I Read This Week. For those of you who didn't tune into the last episode, Justin is away in Alaska. Pete is doing a show. I am doing a show. However, I am the only guy with a webcam. So for now, this is what you got. Justin will be back next week, and we will be back on a regular schedule, all three of us over there on my couch, instead of in here in my office. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to review as many comics as I possibly can. I know today is New Comic Book Day, but I don't actually usually get into the store until Thursday. So we're going to just have to make do with the rest of the stuff I picked up this week. And I'm going to try to keep this a little short, so I may rush through everything. It's like my own personal speed run. Here we go. All right, first off is Wonderful Wizard of Oz, number 5. This is words by Eric Schanauer, art by Scotty Young. We've talked about this book before. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunningly gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. For those of you who only know Wizard of Oz through the movie and not through the book, this is a great introduction for kids who are interested in getting comics. Scotty Young does incredible work here, and Eric Schanauer makes it feel whimsical and dark at the same time, just like the book. He's written Wizard of Oz adaptations for years, and he really knows what he's doing. This is an excellent book, and definitely pick it up. Something I can't quite recommend, unfortunately, is Solomon Grundy, number 2. This one is featuring a fight against Bizarro, my least favorite comic book character ever. Sorry for those of you who like him, but me am no like backward speak, because me am find it hard to read. Also, Scott Collins, love his artwork usually. I feel like between sharing the writing duties and the art duties here, it's a little messier than it usually is, and those Scott Collins detractors will certainly find a lot to not like in this book. Very unfortunate. I feel like it had a lot of promise. It's not quite following up on that promise. We'll see where it goes, though, because I am an unabashed Scott Collins fan, so hopefully he's just getting his sea legs. Next, surprisingly, I can't believe I'm still picking this up, but Marvel Apes, the Amazing Spider Monkey one-shot. This is one of a series of one-shots following up on the highly liked, and I'm saying that sarcastically, Marvel Apes universe. I really enjoy them, though. Carl Kessel does a good job writing it. I've said this with almost every issue, but they are so much better than they should be, because he actually, bear with me for 1 second, respects the characters. You know, it's not like, haha, oh, Marvel Apes, isn't that hilarious, and we're done. He actually takes the time to develop it. This says a lot about the character of Spider-Man and how the character of Spider-Man relates to the character of Spider-Monkey. I feel ridiculous saying it out loud, but it's true. And finally, spoiler for the last page, finally the Marvel Zombies have broken into the Marvel Apes universe. Hopefully we'll get a couple of Marvel mummies in there, and this will be an all-out battle. We'll see what happens. Booster Gold, number 19. Dan Jurgens has been doing a very good job picking up on what Jeff Johns and Jeff Katz did in their part of the run. It does, though, feel like it's buying time a little bit. You know, I often feel like with second teams on a book, or in this case, the second author on a book, you get a lot of reiteration of the initial tales that somebody told. You know, you see reemergence of villains, reemergence of plot lines, etc. That's definitely going on here. You know, Dan Jurgens obviously knows the character of Booster Gold very, very well, and this is a good, solid read. Is it fun? Yes. Is it funny? Yes. Is it knocking my socks off the same way the first 12 issue did? Probably not. But, you know, pick it up. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, I have a horrific cold that has had me laying on that couch the past couple of days, which is why I sound so stuffed up and why my nose is so red. So there you go. Send tissues to thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com, please. War of Kings Ascension, number 1. Abnett and Lanning picking up where C.B. Cebulski left off with Darkhawk, following him. I've never been a big fan of the character, not to say that I hate him, I just had no emotional connection whatsoever. As usual, Abnett and Lanning do a solid, excellent job of making a dark, disturbing turn on a character. I'm not going to ruin all the surprises for you, but it's a fun read. Curious to see how it ties into the main War of Kings storyline, but it's certainly pushing Darkhawk to a new place. So if you're a fan of the character, gotta pick this up. Gotta have Darkhawk! That's what they should use for Darkhawk gum. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's cold medicine. Trinity, number 45. I think every single week, Justin says, hey, should we talk about Trinity this week? And I'm like, no, let's talk about it at 52. And the reason for that is, It is a solid, unremarkable title. I know I use those words a lot, but, it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, stuff we've seen a million times before, characters we've seen a million times before. It's even Kurt Busiek revisiting some of his favorite things with Krona and multi-universal stuff and Quard and Crime Society and all of that. It's not bad, it's just not great. Certainly better than Countdown, though, I will say that. Talking about another sequel, excuse me, dead. Marvel Zombies 4, number 1. I'm pretty excited about this, and the main reason I'm excited is we're now at Marvel Zombies 4, as we all know, 5th part of a horror series. They go into space. I know they did that in the second part, but 5th part, Marvel Zombies in Space, mark my words, gotta happen. Fred Van Lente, once again, does a good job here, actually making this a horror title instead of a silly superhero title. This issue is not as gangbusters as the first issue or even the entire Marvel Zombies 3 series was. However, the last page has a promise on it that brings this very much into the mainstream Marvel universe, and I think it's going to be a fun ride. I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, you got Deadpool's talking head. Nothing wrong with that. Another dark title, Dark Reign Hawkeye, number 1. Pete was telling a story saying that he was talking to somebody in Midtown Comics who was saying, "Oh man, Hawkeye! I can't believe we got his own title. This is so exciting." And Pete was like, "No, it's Bullseye. It's Bullseye. You're not going to want it. You're not going to want it. Maybe you will want it. Maybe you do like Bullseye." This is very violent. This is not actually, I would say, if anything, a comics for kids. I feel like Marvel has a very specific idea with this Dark Reign thing to not make it like what happened with Venom, where you had Venom Dark Protector, where he's like, "I'm going to eat your brains, but only the brains of bad guys." It's not like that. Bullseye kills whoever. He's completely Bullseye. Question I ask for you guys is that any fun? I don't know. I didn't necessarily have fun reading this. Not that all comics across the board need to be fun, but you read it and you're like, "Yep, that's Bullseye. Yeah, he kills people, and he killed a couple of people. The end. I'm done." So, I don't know. I'm certainly on board for the next issue just because it is Andy Diggle, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But, yeah, I don't know. Not for kids. All right, almost getting to the end here. Time Storm, 2009-2099. Tell you what, if you like the 2099 characters, you're going to want to pick this up. However, you might be kind of upset because Brian Reed is single-handedly rebooting the 2099 universe. Is this a good title? Sure, it's a lot of fun. It brings Spider-Man and it brings Wolverine up into the 2099 universe, gives the reason for the changes that are going on there. Certainly, if people buy enough of these, you're going to see a lot more 2099 titles. I'm a fan of Spider-Man 2099, and it's a thrill to see Hulk 2099. I understand it may not be a thrill for everybody. Second to last, but definitely not least, is Hexed, number 4. Boy, am I bummed that this is the last issue of the series. For those of you who haven't read it, I'm not going to ruin any of the surprises. Pick it up and trade. I was a little harsh on the first issue. By the fourth issue, completely sold on it. Art is gorgeous. Writing, perfect. This is a must-read title. Definitely pick it up. I'm running a little low on time here, so last and not least is The Amazon number 2. Stephen T. Siegel and Tim Sale continue to spin a very interesting tale of the Amazon. There is narration taking place in 3 timelines that really goes very far to show us what an untrustworthy narrator actually is like. I can't recommend this highly enough. This is a gorgeous book. If you know Tim Sale's art at all, you know it's going to be great. And Stephen T. Seagal is writing a very interesting tale that I don't really want to ruin it for you guys. Not that there's a whole lot to ruin. So that's it. If you have a question, you can write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com. You can comment below, upload your video responses. And if you're ever in New York on a Tuesday, come see our live show at the People's Improv Theater, 8 p.m. I will see you guys soon. Sure, why not?